First week of camp done. Hot every single day. Shane Steichen likes what he's seen from the defense, maybe not so much from the offense. Talks about position battles, talks about what they need to do next week in order to continue this arc of improvement, both defensively and offensively. Here's Shane Steichen.
Well, obviously, first week in the books. Thought the guys competed well. Obviously, always things to clean up. But get the day off tomorrow and come back on Monday with the pads to be ready to roll.
That was your passing attempt on the Bynum pick, right?
Yeah.
What'd you see on that play?
I didn't see much. I dropped back, I had some pressure on my face, and then I let it go, and she made a hell of a play on the ball.
How hard is it to shake off that kind of mistake and move on?
It's tough, but you know what? You got it. It's like we always say, the coaching cliche is the next play mentality. So that's what I had to do in that situation. But no, it was good. We worked on a sudden change in that situation, just putting those guys in those situations to say, hey, we're going to get a turnover in games, and the offense has got to go, do something with it. So we let them score with it, have some fun with it, and then we put the one offense out there on the 10-yard line versus the 2D, and had to go score, and the offense did a good job doing that.
I might start a quarterback controversy. Saying you should get benched. AD has been like really consistent in practices. I think the last couple of years, like camp last year, I thought he was really good. Mm-hmm. Spring looked really good. He's been a little up and down, I guess. Is that fair through this camp? Or what do you think?
I mean, guys are going to have good plays. Some guys are going to have bad plays at times, and we got a lot of confidence in him. He's a hell of a route runner. Everyone's development's different, and so we're working through that, and got a ton of confidence in his ability.
Didn't see Kenny out there today.
Yeah, he's got a sore knee. Nothing serious. He'll be out there next week, but just rested him today.
A couple days for Jack Wilson now as well.
Yeah.
Anything going on with him?
Yeah, he's out. He's got a pec that happened in practice. Yeah.
Your secondary, you never want you want the offense to win all the time, but the way they got after the ball, and make those lanes, passing lanes, tough.
No, it's exciting. Our defense has been doing a hell of a job, and we need that from them. They've been sticky. It's going to help our offense get better. But the additions of the guys that we got in that room is going to be tremendous for us. And then obviously adding Lou with his scheme, it's going to be great for us.
Shane, what's been your impression of Ebukam? He's just about a year to the day from the Achilles.
Yeah, we're working him back into it from a rep standpoint, but he's looked good. He feels good. He attacked his rehab like the ultimate pro in the offseason. It was phenomenal. He was in there at 6 in the morning every single day, off-season, you name it. So I'm grateful to see him back out there, going through that injury.
What are your impressions of Tyler Warren so far after his first week?
It's been solid, really solid. I said this, when we drafted him too. I think he's just got a great feel for the game, a really good feel, great hands, understands football. I think he's going to make a good impact for us this year. But we're working day by day to get better there with him and everybody. So it's been good, though.
Coach, what's the biggest improvement you've seen in Anthony so far after this first week?
I think being year 3 in the system, just the operation at the line of scrimmage is good. When you're going into year 3, you should be pretty good at the line of scrimmage, operating, calling plays in and out of the huddle. And he's been really well doing that.
So much of this is about growth now, but when you've got, as a coordinator, you've got a play caller, you've got Pitt, you've got Pierce, and you sort of know what you're going to get, but there's more. How comfortable is that?
Yeah, no, it's nice to add another piece in Tyler, but with the guys we have, it's great, and that's our job as coaches to put those guys in position, spread the ball around because we got a lot of good ones.
You got started with that rest days pretty early this year.
Yeah.
What all went into getting it started as soon as you did?
Me and our sports performance coach, Mike Minnis, sat down, us and the trainers, and really just put together a maintenance plan. We got a tier list for some of these guys that have been in the league for 8+ years, guys that are 29 and older, just to get ahead of it sooner rather than later. I mean, those guys are the pros. We know they're going to handle their business, so, we want to start it earlier rather than later.
Alan Pierce with a couple TDs today. How have you seen him improve over the offseason?
Man, I'll tell you what, he just keeps making strides. Last year was a hell of a year for him. He carried over into the offseason, spring, and then he's continuing in training camp. So, an explosive player that's got a ton of ability. That's making a lot of plays for us.
I don't want to put him in the box, but I mean, he does kind of have a role where he does run a lot of the longer routes.
Deep stuff, yeah.
Can you get him involved in some of the shorter stuff? Like he seems to be embracing
that
and excelling.
Absolutely. What's been great about him is the one-on-ones on the outside, just winning those routes, whether it's running a 7-cut or a one-on-one stop route. He's getting explosive at the top of the route, using his hands, getting the defenders off. So he's making those steps there too, which is awesome.
What area of improvement are you looking for your offense over the second week of camp?
I think obviously just getting into rhythm, you know what I mean? It's chemistry. You get into training camp, you got to go through the reps. It's muscle memory. Obviously, putting the pads on is going to be good for us, next week. And so just repetition, coming together as a football team, that's what camp's about, right, is building your identity in camp and the mental and physical toughness.
Justin Wally's done really good things so far. What have you liked about him so far through the first week?
Man, I'll tell you what, he keeps doing good things. Obviously a rookie, but just really sticky in coverage. Smart player for a rookie, understands our defense pretty well, but still learning. But he's made a lot of plays, and it's exciting.
Is 4 days enough for you to kind of get any kind of clarity on players or position battles and start to see any kind of separation?
It's so early in camp. I mean, we're 4 days in. I mean, I think you'll see that as we get going through the next couple of weeks.
Shane, is it full pads on Monday?
It'll be full pads on Monday.
That's Shane Steichen. I mean, his performance with the media is very similar from day to day, and he's not going to call people out. He never has called people out, but he can't be thrilled with what's going on offensively. I think he knows that it's a process. You got to evolve positively. And I really think that a lot of what's going on offensively is due to the defense just being better and being schemed up at a higher level. We'll see how this goes in week 2. And then as the preseason really starts with the joint practice in Baltimore and then that game against the Ravens, the preseason opener. But right now, bullish on the defense, not so much on the offense. And I think Steichen agrees.